Police and community groups are searching for solutions to a spike in the number of young people shot in Philadelphia in 2019. This after another teenager shot outside of a Chinese takeout on Christmas night. Eyewitness News reporter Howard Monroe is live at police headquarters with more on efforts to curb the violence. Howard?
A local group is modeling a new anti-violence initiative after one that was first implemented in the 1970s. Back then, it helped reduce gang-related deaths from 300 to just 2 in just 1 year, and they are now hoping to replicate it.
To mobilize the community, to make sure that the community has resources, but that the community, in fact, feels empowered and that we can take back our streets.
George Mosey is the executive director of the Philadelphia Anti-Drug, Anti-Violence Network. He says to stop the violence, people need to speak up.
If you're dumb enough to commit the crime in front of Mrs. Jones' house, well, that's on you. Mrs. Jones has to protect her neighborhood. She has to protect her home. She should be able to make that call without believing that you're going to come and try to do harm to her.
Mosey is a former Philadelphia prosecutor. He says back in the 1970s, the Crisis Intervention Program encouraged people to report suspicious activity before a crime happened. He says his nonprofit is now working on a similar program.
It wasn't the FBI, DEA, Philly PD, but it was people in the community just putting their collective foot down saying we're not going to take it anymore.
Mosey's office is 3 blocks from where a 16-year-old was injured in a shooting Christmas night. The boy was outside the Jade Garden Chinese takeout restaurant near Lehigh Avenue and 15th Street. That's less than a mile away from a shooting on Monday when 16-year-old Amir Lassiter was shot and killed while standing on his porch. With more than 100 people under the age of 18 shot so far this year in Philadelphia, Mosey says they have to act now.
At the end of the day, it boils down to talking about the issue at hand, talking about the fact that using a gun to settle your differences is wrong on both sides.
Now, as for the investigation into last night's shooting, the 16-year-old is listed in stable condition. However, a man who was also shot in that shooting is listed in very critical condition. Also, there have been no arrests in either shooting. Live outside police headquarters, Howard Monroe, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Howard, thank you.